Good morning, all of you. It's back to this game. Gonna go to Valeria Shore, and we are going to play for a good 2 hours here, so get strapped in and I forgot something back in town, so back to town we will head. So glad that Valeria Shore wasn't locked. As in, once you go in, you can never come out. So otherwise, this particular thing would have been kinda... would have sucked. Let's just say. So now I'm going back in. That's something that I should have picked up last time, due to my patterns on this thing, but looks like we get this afterwards, so... I came here to buy the next chapter in the novel series I've been reading, but it's still not in yet. Once I've read a book, I almost never read it again. Anyway, I'm done with this one, so you can have it. Cornelia Chapter 4. The lady who owns the shop recruited me to work here not that long ago. I wonder if she hired me because I was always putting in my thoughts about her merchandise. Since we are done now, hoping to see a couple more people in my chat today. Sorry. Really should rearrange my controller setup, but I don't. Because I'd probably get even more confused if I did that.
Let's move out.
Anyway, we were going to see this guy who seems to like to fish. That's where we left off last time, so let's talk to him. Could I ask you something? Wow, he's not responding at all. He must be really into fishing. So this is what a fishing maniac looks like. They seem like a unique breed. Not as unique as you are, that's for sure. And we shall go around and talk to everyone like we normally do. So we can find out the heave-ho of this place. There's no one around the house, so... Welcome to the Kingfisher Inn. Please let me know if you'd like to stay. Deep fried smelts. Boiled miso carp. Got a rainbow. Oh. Just realized something that should have been obvious. My mother and I came here every year on vacation around this time. It's tradition to our family. My mother seems to look forward to it every time. I kind of feel bad for my father, though, as he always gets left behind. The Kingfisher Inn and Moe's and the Maple Leaf Inn and Zeiss are my favorite places to stay. Let's talk to... Might have to stay the night here. Maybe not. Again, I'm just wandering where I'm wandering. But, yeah. Such is life when it's been like 10 years since you last played this game. This glorious game. Maybe we might have to go over and talk to the Fisher guy again. Could I ask you something? Let's see if we can figure out how to talk him into talking to us. Remember, there's something with the fishing poles. There's some fishing rods. Seems to be funny. Can't seem to advance the story. Let's see. Head south from town. Fishing buff. Ah, there we go. Welcome to the Kingfisher Inn. Are you all here to stay? Let's see, yes and no. How shall I put it? We're here looking for a certain someone. Is there a guest staying here who loves to fish? Well, pretty much everyone who stays here loves to fish. We heard that he was a friend of the old man who stayed here yesterday. Do you have a clue who that might be? Oh, are you talking about old man Kuwano? If you're talking about his fishing buddy, then I think you must mean Lloyd. Lloyd? Lloyd's here? I've heard he's a professional angler who came all the way here from the Royal City. Seems as though he's a member of the Fishermen's Guild there. Sounds like a pretty amazing guy. So you're saying that the old man fishing out back? Yes, I'm pretty sure he's the one you're talking about. You might be able to get his attention if you call his name out really loud. So then we finally have answers. We finally have answers. Excuse me. Are you the man called Lloyd? He's from the Royal City? Wow. Wow, he's really focused. He turned everything out of his mind for fishing. It looks like this is where my skills come into play. What are you? Just sit back and enjoy. Oh my goodness. What in the... Who are you kids? And where did you come from? That was a dirty prick to play on him, Olivier. Yeah, that was pretty low. How do you do this evening, good sir? We tried calling out to you a moment ago, but we could see that, like a true professional, your attention was fixed upon your task. You're Lloyd, aren't you? Yes, that's right. And how'd you know my name? We heard from a certain old man about you. Do you have any time you could spare to chat with us? I see. So you heard from Mr. Kuwano, did you? Ah, I saw that strange pair about 2 nights ago. I knew it. Can we get you to fill us in a little more on the details? Before that, are you all braces or something? Is this somehow related to some sort of crime? We can't say for sure, but there does appear to be a possibility. Gotcha. In that case, I'll do what I can to help you out. It's the other night when I was out fishing on my boat. I was returning to the inn, dead tired after a day of battling in with this lake's guardian. It had gotten late into the night, and it was about the time when everyone at the inn was asleep in their beds. Now, hold on a minute. What do you mean by this lake's guardian? I'm glad you asked. This guardian is a giant salmon that swims the murky depths of Valeria Lake. It has been the feared king of the waters among fishing lovers for over a decade. Crap, I should have asked. Looks like you've thrown a log into the maniac's fire. Is it really that huge of a fish like you say? You betcha Lasmira it is, and I've been chasing the darn thing for the last 5 years of my life. It comes and goes in different parts of Valeria Lake and changes its feeding spots on a whim. Heard from a buddy of mine that it appeared in these parts, so I came a-running from the Royal City. Ha. Now that's what I call passion. I can completely understand where you're coming from. Whenever I find something I like, I stop at nothing until I get a hold of it. For example, a bottle of Grand Chardonnay and stuff. In your case, steal it is more accurate. How about we get back to our story? So Lloyd, what happened when you came back from fishing that night? Oh, right. I'd returned the boat and was on my way to the inn when I saw an old couple head out into the road from the ground behind the building. On the road in the middle of the night? Yeah, don't think about it. They headed out on the new Ansel path. First, I thought they were a group of people visiting from the city, heading back home. But it was too late for something like that, and when I asked at the inn the next day, no one knew a thing about it. Thought maybe I'd seen a couple of ghosts or something then. Ghosts? Those are ghosts there are ghosts that come out here? Huh. Just so you know, the two I saw was a young couple. They might have been two lost souls who committed a double suicide about not being accepted by those around them. Aw, don't tell me anymore. Oh, brother, a brazier that's afraid of ghosts. The guild is doomed. Not to mention her habit of always wanting to hear more ghost stories and other bizarre stuff. Now, isn't your getting stayed attractive? Its own right, Estelle? Not sexy, but cute nonetheless. Like a little kitten shivering in the cold. You'd better watch out because this little kitten bites. Ha ha ha. Well, I was just kidding about the ghost part. But the couple did in fact seem to be one with a purpose. And a reason. I say this because the girl was wearing some rather odd clothing. What do you mean by that? I only saw her from behind, so I couldn't say for sure. But it looked to me like she was wearing some kind of school uniform. A school uniform? Couldn't be. Wasn't the one from the It wasn't the one from the Genus Royal Academy, was it? Wow, you really know your stuff, kid. You betcha, my niece goes there as well, and it looked exactly the same as the one she wears. I see. This whole event just got a lot more interesting. It's her. I know it's that lying tomboy for sure. We're finally onto her trail. Wait. What? So she's an acquaintance of yours? Then while you're at it, tell the two of them not to fret and rush into anything they'll regret later on. If my mind isn't failing, I could have sworn something they said something about coming again tonight. Is that true? Yes. We'll meet back here in 2 days, is what the young man said. His tone seemed rather serious, so I couldn't help but think on it. Well, that's understandable. We appreciate your valuable information. Just leave the rest to us. We wouldn't let them get into any more trouble than they already are. Oh, I see. Well, that's a relief to hear. I feel like the weight's been lifted off my shoulders now. Now that that's off my chest, I feel like taking a boat out and fishing again. Well, there's no time to lose. I'll leave you young'uns to your work. Man, I don't even measure up when it comes to that fishing nut. He mentioned something about a fisherman's guild, too. Wonder what kind of group that is. So, how is this couple involved with the missing airliner incident exactly? If you don't mind telling me, that is. Well, in a nutshell. I see. That seems to be the person in question, all right. Which means that tonight is the night, huh? Yeah. Looks like we should probably get a room, just in case. We're going to be in for a late night tonight. Alright, let's go ask the receptionist about a room. Will you be staying here with us tonight? Yeah, that's the plan. Hold on, Estelle. If there's anything we haven't taken care of, we better do it now. I don't want to head back to Bose after we've gotten a room. I guess you're right. Gonna get a room. Oh yeah. Please come with me. I'll show you to your room. This is where you will be staying. I will leave you here, so please relax until dinner is served. This is quite a nice room. It has a certain atmosphere that you just don't find back in the city. Yeah, it's great, huh? Wasn't that expensive either. What do we do now? How about we relax until it gets dark? What a nice idea. I'd be more than happy to do just that, but is it really okay to take it easy? Rest when you can. That's part of a bracer's job too. It's our free time, so let's enjoy a meal, take a stroll, or something else. Wow, what a picturesque view. The entire lake looks like it's glowing. Too bad we can't see the royal city on the opposite shore because of the haze. But from here, it's easy to tell that this is the biggest lake in the kingdom. This lake is a fisher's dream come true. I bet it'd be a blast to throw a line in these waters. Then how about it? Might be a nice change of pace for you. Yeah, maybe I will. What are you going to do, Joshua? Let's see. There's a book I've been meaning to read, so maybe I'll just sit in that chair and relax. How old are you again? Only geezers talk about sitting back and relaxing. Young boys are supposed to get out and move their bodies. Ha ha ha. I'll leave that part to you. Sometimes you can be such a drag. Oh well, I should hurry up and decide on a fishing spot. Somewhere around that pier looks like it might be a lucky spot for bites. I think I might need to go up and get a fishing rod. Looks like no. I just gotta wander around and you're not so bad yourself, you know. Just not as good as you. I think I'll just sit here and watch if the fishing practices paid off. Yes, this looks good. Definitely the best spot. Let's see about casting a few lines. Crap, I don't have a fishing pole. Wonder if someone at the end has a spare I can borrow. Do you have a fishing pole I can borrow? Yes, of course we do. They're right over there, and they're free to use for anyone lodging here. Wow? Really? Score! This is a pretty nice rod to be loaning out to everyone. Alright then, I put it to good use. Please enjoy yourself. Shara, do you start drinking again when it's only noon? No matter how light the liquor is, drinking too much is bad for your health, right? Don't worry, this stuff is just like water. Still, sometimes we all need to take a breather. I understand your concern for Shara, but you can leave her to me. Actually, Shara's not the one I'm concerned about. You are right, knick-knack, paddywhack. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. And now it is time to go. Yes, this looks good. Definitely the best spot. Now let's see about casting a few lines. Let's see, from this spear, which would be the best place to drop a line? Let's say to the east. Right. Right around here looks like kind of fishy fishes. Now, what should I do about bait? Alright, let's sit back and relax and see what comes up with. Sweet, I got a bite. This is a critical part. How should I bring it up? Alright, let's see what you got. Wow, this one's a biggie. I believe a little bragging may be in order. Let's see, what should I do now? Wonder what I should do. Sweet, I got a bite. This is a critical part. How should I bring it up? Now this is quite a catch. Let's see, what should I do now? Right around here looks like. Come fishy fishes. Now what should I do about a bait? Alright, let's sit back and relax and see what we come up with. How should I bring it up? Alright, let's see what we got. He who smelt it dealt it. Wah! What a little fishy. Joshua's gonna make fun of me if he sees this. Should I eat it? Or hide now or hide the evidence? Let's see. Sweet, I got a bite. Now this is a critical part. How should I bring it up? Reeled in a liberal carp. This one's just my warm-up. Let's see. What should I do now? Sweet, I got a bite. Now this is a critical part. How should I bring it up? I'm going to... Alright, let's see what we got. What a little fishy. Change fishing spot. Nice southern. Using a live bait. Sweet. Curse you, holy boots. This victory is yours. Let's see. What should I do now? I think the south is just holy boots. Oh, shoot. I was gonna change. Would be nice to have you follow Knick Knack Paddywhack. There, we got our 10 times fishing. Didn't really have to do that, but I felt like, check this out, Joshua, look what I got. Huh? Joshua? What's this? The book. Wonder if Joshua just forgot this. For being so sharp, he sure can miss things sometimes. Guess I'll just have to take it to him myself. Again, I wonder where he could have taken off to. Let us find Joshua. Hey there, laddie. What are you doing whittling away in a place like this? Ha, not much. How about yourself? Are you done fishing or are you heading back into battle? Nope, I've already had my fill. Sure has been a while since I did though. Oh, that reminds me. You said you were going to read, but you ended up leaving your book on the table. Should be more careful with your stuff. Oh, that. I actually finished reading it. My eyes were starting to feel a bit tired, so I thought I'd take a walk for a change. Liar. What? You're hiding your feelings again, aren't you? I can tell what you're doing. And besides, that's not really fair. You always find a way to cheer me up when I'm feeling down. And while I may not be as reliable as Dad, I can still give you a shoulder to lean on. Sorry. Seems like times like these when you should say thank you and not apologize. You may be smart, Joshua, but sometimes you don't seem to know what's most important. Ha, you're probably right. Thanks, Estelle. Very good. That wasn't too bad, was it? Oh, right. And in return, how about you play me a song on your harmonica? As you wish. So whereabouts of light good enough for you? Yep, that's the one I wanted to hear. I wonder why it is that when I hear the sound of your harmonica in the evening night like this, it makes me want to cry. So, you're still not going to ask about my past, I mean? We promised, remember? You were going to tell me when you felt like it, and I wasn't going to ask, right? And considering that 5 years have passed, doesn't seem like such a big deal anymore. Yeah, it has been 5 years, hasn't it? How can you just live with me for that long and not have a million questions? That day, your father came home with this beat-up kid? Some random stranger who never says a word about his past? Why did you take him in like that? Well, it seemed like the obvious thing to do. Besides, you're family now, Joshua. Like I said before, I know you pretty well. You love books, you're a weapons geek, and you got a serious knack for just about everything that comes your way. You're kind and fair, but you also got a way of not letting others inside by using politeness like a shield. Now, wait a minute. And you're caring and lonely. Of course, I don't know anything about your past. If you want to make comparisons, I don't know a whole lot about Dad's past either. It doesn't mean that he and I aren't family, right? Being a family for us has more to do with me knowing his personality, his habits, the food he likes. You know, the kind of things that only I would know firsthand. And you're no different, Joshua. You make it nearly impossible to argue with you. You know that? It's been like that since the first time we met. And you gave me that flying kick in the gut as I was lying in bed, wounded, I might add. Did I really do that? Yeah, injured it all. More than once. I'm sure it was just a bit of childish play. Blame Dad for my lack of social graces. Yeah, sure. Nice excuse. But anyway, Estelle. What? Let's make sure that solve this whole airliner mystery. I don't know if Dad's been captured or anything, but let's resolve this with our own hands. Sure. It's exactly what I intend to do. How about we head back into the inn? Sure supper's ready by now. Great idea. I'm starving. We need to eat our fill so we're ready for tonight. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your book, Joshua. Oh, right. I'm actually done with it. At this point, I just end up being bulk weight. Wonder what I should do with it. How about getting into someone? It's kind of a waste to just chuck it. You're right. I'll do that. I don't know if you'll believe me. I don't believe me. Yeah. I don't know if you'll believe me, seeing as I'm family, but my brother's dishes made with fish are something to be reckoned with. Please look forward to a meal like no other. Can't a fellow help a fellow out? I'm begging you. I can't take another drink. Wow. Think I just reconsidered my opinion of you, Olivier. It's very rare for anyone to be still conscious after a night of wine with Shira. Heh. Well, didn't the two of you come at a good time? How about having a drink together? You're both good for that, right? We're going to eat dinner now, so the answer is no. Come on, you two. When I say, let's drink, we drink. You're going to make me very angry if you don't sit down for a glass with me. Oh, great. She's already reached stage 2, rage mode. Don't worry. Olivia said that he's good for another couple rounds. How about having him keep you company? What? So you can still drink more, can you? Eek! Joshua, how can you just give me to her like that? I can't. I can't. Don't you feel sorry for the poor guy? I don't know. Should I? You're a little demon and cute at the same time, too. At least the fish are polite here. Yep. Yeah, guess he's just fine. How about we sit at the counter? I hate to bother two of them. Right, good idea. Please, Shira, I'm pleading with you. You and the fish, don't pour me another glass. Ah! Ugh. Well, he's totally plastered. Looks like even a guy who takes his sweet time for everything couldn't stand up to a drunken Shira. Oh wow, what a night of drinking. I've been so busy lately that I haven't been able to enjoy myself like this for a while. You're not even red in the face either from all that alcohol. Are you sure you haven't had some special kind of training, Shira? It could have been all of the bizarre liquors I drank while I was in the troop. You know, like the ones with scorpions and asps in them. Might have built up my resistance that way, but who knows? Somehow, I don't think that that's the case. By the way, what do you plan on doing with him? He's pretty much useless as he is. Let's just let him sleep. He looks so peaceful now, and we wouldn't want to disturb him. It's a very high possibility he'll have a direct encounter with Scarbedd's tonight. And getting a civilian wrapped up in the middle of it all wouldn't be a good idea. Don't tell me you got Olivia drunk so you wouldn't be able to come along, didn't you? Well, Of course I did, and he'll thank me in the long run too. After his raging hangover, anyway. And so that whole time, you were just toying with him, weren't you? Let's see. It's getting late. Let's hurry and begin our stakeout around the inn. Don't skirt around the issues, Shira. Quiet, you. For the time being, we're going to circle up to the Faller Pier. Understood. Alright then, let's go. Shira, please. I can't take another. There are hardly any structures on the west side, so I don't get many bites either. And all I'm getting on the east side are small-sized fish. The Guardian probably won't appear in either of those two places. I guess the best thing I can do is continue fishing from the shore. My mother seems to be enjoying the atmosphere. I was the first person to recommend this inn to my mother. Now she invites me to come here with her every year. Good evening. Seeing a group of villagers is something I enjoy. I'd love to keep company with you all, if that would be alright. No, you don't want to keep company with us. We're dark, demonic spirits. Are you going out? If you're going to fish again, you're going to need an ornament light, or you won't be able to see. Let's try and head back to town. We don't need to head to the road just yet. Let's first start by heading around to the pier. I'm not going to go to the pier. Just yet. I thought that might have worked. Now I know what pier I'm looking for. I don't see anyone. I don't know what kind of business those siblings could have here, but do you think they'll really show up? There's no guarantee, of course, but if Lloyd's information has any truth to it, my guess is that they'll be here. However, if we moved around too much, there's a possibility we'll be seen and they'll take off. Since the Sky Bandits are supposed to come from the road, it might be a good idea to watch the area. Right. Where should we watch from? We need a place where we can see the road without being noticed ourselves. A place like that would be ideal. Hey, what's that? Well, looks like we're a little early, huh? Yes, it seems that way. You know, if this were the middle of the day, we could have gotten ourselves a bite to eat on the way. Quit talking nonsense, we're outlaws, remember? Let's hurry up and get moving. Oh, wait for me, Kyle. Should have known it'd be them. Looks like they're headed for the far pier. Shall we take a look and find out? Let's try and get as close as we can without being noticed. Should have figured they wouldn't be here yet. They always come exactly on time. I really hate those guys. They act like they're so superior, and to be honest, they're kind of scary. No doubt about that. They're quite the clandestine bunch. There's not much we can do about it. This is an order from Dawn. This seems to be a good place. Yes, we can hear every word they're saying too. Hey, Kyle. Don't you think Don's been acting a bit strange recently? It's not like him, if you ask me. You know, the whole hijacking of airliners thing. I'll admit it was lucrative. I got the army clamping down on us full scale. Not to mention those annoying bracers are now involved. And he's gone and taken hostages, and demanded a ransom in return. No matter how I think about it, seems like Don has gone way overboard this time. In the end, you'll always be just a girl. Deep down, you're not cut out to run with the bad crowd. Excuse me? Okay, maybe not the best wording, but I meant it as a compliment. Things are getting too tough for you. You're always welcome to try salvaging your life back home. Shouldn't be too hard to get by, as long as you don't set your sights too high. Although admittedly it's a bit colder than the borough. Do you think you can just treat me like a kid and I'm not going to get angry? I'd like to see you get by without me, what with your crap cooking and all, not to mention the laundry. Do you really want to go back to burnt toast and turn your underwear inside out? Haha. Okay. I see your point, and I really am sick of toast, burnt or otherwise. But anyway, think about what I said before it gets too late to back out. Back to what you said earlier. I do have to agree that Dawn has been acting kind of weird. Does he expect us to just keep fishing for ransom? We should take what we can get. And I'd like to believe that Dawn is smart enough to see that. Don't you think he started acting strange around the time that guy showed up? It's the only thing I can think of as to why he started acting like this. Yeah, I see you introduced us to those other guys too. He might have gotten Don to buy into his ideas. Who is that guy and he? That's certainly a good question. Huh? What's that over there? What? Looks like whatever it was they were waiting for finally showed up. Looks like you made it. On time as usual, huh? You could have come a little early for a change, or even late. Definitely not my type, that's for sure. Say what you will, but we're trained to be punctual. Yeah, if that displeases you, let me offer my sincere sympathy. Relax, I was just being sarcastic. Now I know you guys are definitely not the type I want to be around. Enough already. We don't have time for that. Now, how about we get down to business? Have there been any other developments since then? Yes, in fact, Her Majesty has finally made a move. She intends to contribute to the ransom from her own assets. Seriously? Can you get paid out of the Queen's own pocket? Guess we're getting close to getting the money then, right? How about Royal Army? Is there any indication that they figured out where our hideout is? Not yet, but it's only a matter of time before they do. We received reports that members of the Bracer Guild are on the move as well. At any rate, on the morning of the payoff, you'll need to leave your hideout behind. Yeah, no problem there. We happen to run into the temporary shelter by chance. Don shouldn't have any regrets about it either. There are way too many suspicious type involved in this. What do you want to do, Sheriff? Should we storm in? Shoot them all? Let Adios sort them out? I got a much better idea. A better idea? These two siblings appearing here means the Sky Bandit's airship is parked somewhere nearby. There's not much we can do if they got away again, so how about we try taking that out first? I see. Take away their means of escape, right? I'm down with that. How about you, Joshua? Joshua? Oh, right. Take out the airship first, right? Yeah, I think that's a good idea, too. What's wrong? Your face looks really tense all of a sudden. It's nothing. Yeah, I'm sure it's just my mind playing tricks on me. We don't have much time. We gotta get out into the road and start looking for that airship before they finish their meeting. We need to find that airship first. Let's head up the road and start searching for it. So they've parked in front of the Ambro Tower, huh? This is definitely the perfect place to land since it's off the main road. So what are we gonna do, Sheriff? Should we subdue them? That's one way to go about things. But there's more than double their numbers since the last time we encountered them. Don't worry, even with twice as many guys, they're no match for us. How about we take them all on at once? I don't know if that's the best way to go about things. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Ollie! Keep it down or they're going to hear you. Well, that isn't a surprise. Can't believe you're just standing here after the state you were in before. Your tolerance is impressive. Ha! Who do you think you're talking to? Rather than miss a minute of your fair company, I dutifully puked my guts out and dumped a bucket of cold water over my head. Voila! I was good to go. I don't know about that. I think you beat you. I think I hear your liver screaming somewhere in there. That's some serious tenacity. Come on. I couldn't let you enjoy all the fun yourselves, right? I just come out to the inn when I saw you guys hit the road. So I came running from behind to catch up with you. I guess I went a little too easy on you. Maybe I should have had you down all that brandy at once. You'd have put me to sleep for good if you had done that, Shira. But anyway, fighting the Sky Bandits here would lack finesse, don't you think? I don't think that's the issue here. No, I'm serious. Even if you subdued them all and managed to arrest the two siblings, still a chance they won't tell you where their hideout is. They might even use the hostages as leverage to demand their release. Well, there's risk involved with whatever course of action we take. Or do you have a good plan on how we can avoid taking such a risk? Ha! Boy, do I ever. Listen up, everyone. Okay. But if you blow in my ear, I'm seriously going to punch your lights out. Kyle, Josette. It's good to see you guys made it back. I didn't think you'd be gone for so long. So talks took longer than expected, huh? Yeah, but we're nearing an end with our negotiations. We almost managed to get a great deal of information about what's going on with the Royal Army. So, what you're saying is... Yep. We'll be getting the ransom money within a few days. We'll finally be one step closer to make our dream a reality. We did it! Sweet. Cool it down, you guys. It's a little too early to be getting excited yet. For the moment, we need to get back to the hideout and report to Don. Alright, everyone. Packed up and let's get out of here. Roger that. The temperature outside is 69.8 degrees with 15% humidity. There's a south-southwest wind blowing at a speed of 12 arch. There's no orbital reactions to the surrounding area. It looks like the area isn't controlling here. Activate the orbital engine and begin transmitting orbital energy to each section of the airport. Aye, sir. Orbital engine activated. Transmission of orbital energy to all sections underway. Orbital floater started. Orbital driver started. Stabilizers all agreed. Alright. Lift off. Aye, aye, sir. Set the drive weight at 40% and maintain cruising speed. However, make sure that we can switch to battle speed at any time. Aye, sir. Looks like we made it back before morning. Yeah. I'm ready for some serious showdown myself. I gotta report to Don first. Huh? Did you just hear something? No, I didn't hear anything. That's odd. I could have sworn it came from below deck. Maybe it's just a mouse. Maybe it's just a mouse or something. I'll have to think up the place when I can find some free time. Ew. Still's hiding out. Remember that wall we visited earlier? Yeah, we're coming back. On! Boy, my Todd! Ever since we came here that any night near, we become completely reversed. Just gotta tough things out a little longer, and we can say goodbye to this horrible life. With Dawn as our leader, we can't go wrong. But don't you think Dawn's been acting a little strange lately? I mean, he's kind of scary to talk to these days. How about you cut that crap off? Kyler just had heard you talking like that, they'd beat you upside the head. But it's just that. I'm sure you're just tired from lack of sleep. Let's hurry and finish up here and get some rest. You're welcome to take a rest now if you like. Ah, you're those. You're too late. You're too late. You're too slow! As you can see, knick-knack, paddywhack. I'm doing this New Game Plus. I guess we all have you to thank this time. But seriously, I was getting pretty nervous. Wasn't sure what they were going to do if we got caught stowed away. Well, even if we were discovered, we just have to take control of the airship. And we would have had advantage fighting against this lot. In those tight quarters, superior numbers mean nothing. Outspace to maneuver in. Olivier, so you thought that far ahead, taking off all these factors into account, huh? Not in a million years, are you kidding? I simply thought it would be fun to infiltrate a new enemy base. I think we could have been better off if you said nothing at all. Give the poor Mariah great. At least we were able to get in here without incident. Anyway, this looks like somewhere in the Nebel Valley. The Nebel Valley? Like the one on the border of Bose and Roland? Well, that explains why it's so misty outside. And this is definitely terrain covered with extreme distances in height, which present the landing of any large craft. Looks like your guess was right, Shara. Well, doesn't seem to help us much in getting in here. But anyway, we don't have time to be hanging around here. We need to subdue the Sky Bandits and ensure the safety of the hostages being held captive. And of course your father, Cassius, too. Alright. Understood. Now we get to do some exploring. A secret enemy base. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Now I shall fight these.
Good to go.
It's pretty good in terms of Sabbath. No treasures in here. No treasures in here. There's a treasure. Scorpion. I think that's for finishing stuff up. If you catch my drift. There's an AP charge. The chest is empty. Makes you want to cry, doesn't it? I almost forgot. The chest is already empty, you double dipper. Yep, already got that one. Jewel ring. But the chest is empty. How tragic! Sounds like something like that. Should we rush her in? Hold on a second. I hear someone talking on the other side of the door. Sounds like some of the grunts. Let's take care of them before we move on so there are no surprises behind us later. Hey, so you guys, are you guys new around here? Like in your freaking dreams? Are these guys for real? Oh, but if you're not new here, then who are you? What? Are you supposed to be intruders? Bingo! We're with the Bracer Guild. I think it'd be best if you surrendered. Forget that! We won't give up without a fight. Some nice,
That's that then. Let's move out.
Where are the hostages? You don't start talking, there are going to be some serious consequences involving a whip. Do what you want with us. We're not going to talk. Oh, is that so? Let me handle this, so. Sure. Can't say that I didn't warn you guys. Ah! Honestly, I'm being more gentle with you. Don't think for a second that you're allowed to pass out yet. But if you start talking, maybe I'll be kind of mad to let you. Yikes! And down below, some of our crew are guarding them. Very good. Now, where are your leaders? Kyle and Josette, right? Forget it, lady. Do your worst. No one will tell you where they are. The hostages are one thing, but you're not going to sell out your bosses, huh? Guess there's only one thing left to do. Holy strigas. Sure, it's as unforgiving as ever. Yes? No, I've been far more unforgiving. Any maskers would be thrilled to make your acquaintance, sure. And my whip would be thrilled to make yours. Maybe some other time. Looks like the hostages are being held down below. Let's hurry. Let's see if there's any sort of anything. We have not yet fought this monster. Anyone here have a clue what this place is? It's way too big for those bandits to have built, and it seems pretty ancient. It almost feels like a stronghold of some sort, and I agree this place is. I wonder if people used to forts like this as hideouts back then. As far as I've heard, the phenomenon following the Great Collapse continued on for several hundred years. So it doesn't seem that strange to me that something like this is still around. The Great Collapse? The collapse of the ancient Sumerian civilization, which existed more than 1,200 years ago. It's said that a huge natural catastrophe wiped them out. Ah, you mean like Professor Albus said before. Whew. I tell you what though, for being a place that's hard to find, someone's got some seriously bad taste in hideouts. Not to mention there's all sorts of monsters looking around here. I wonder if this is how all men used to like to live. Sure. Just what kind of man are you hanging out with? Strega R. The chest. The chest has nothing left to offer you. I'm gonna run. What's this? I'm guessing it's an oval vacuum. Looks like the newest model, so it's probably stolen. Interesting. Huh. What's this? There's something inside. A notebook. Yep, that's what it looks like to me. But what's something like this doing inside a vacuum? It's probably something important. Let's hold on to it just in case. Yeah, good idea. Hold on a second. I can hear someone talking on the other side of that door. Sounds like some of the grants. Let's take care of them before we move on, so there are no... I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything back here because... Oh, shoot. Arrgh. Oh. This is where I just was. Look out. What? Trying to sneak past them. Bear assault. You gonna sell some bears here? Yeah, I got everything. The voices of some men can be heard. I can hear someone talking again, shall we rush? Who are you guys?
Who are you guys supposed to be?
Racers? How'd you get in here?
Looks like the hostages.
Looks like the hostages are being held in the room just beyond here. Simon surrounded silently and else.
Don't kid yourself.
Let's get him!
Let's move out.
What's going on out there? Seems
Seems a bit loud for an internal problem.
Is everyone alright? We're with the Bracerfield, and we've come to rescue you.
Seriously? We're saved?
You're taking care of the guards, so you don't need to worry about anything for the moment. Really?
We've been saved!
I'm Grant, captain of the airliner, Lindy. I don't know how to express my gratitude for what you did for us here today. Yeah, they say after we got you out of here. By the way, doesn't look like he's here. Ooh. Are these all the hostages?
Yes, that's correct. This is everyone who is on the Lindy, including crew and passengers.
That can't be right. Was there a man by the name of Cassius Bright on the flight? He's a member of the Bracer Guild.
Cassius Bright. I do seem to remember hearing that name somewhere.
Carpenter? Isn't he that passenger? You know, the one who got off right before we left?
Right.
Now they mentioned that there was one passenger who did get off. What do you mean? Well, there was this one passenger who disembarked the airliner just before we took off. A man who had been on board since the Royal City, and he didn't seem to have much of a name. If I remember correctly. What? But his name was on the passenger list.
Well, since he got off right before we departed, there wasn't any time to document the changes. This would have been handled had we arrived in Roland. We were attacked by the Sky Bandits en route, and things were left as they were.
So that's what happened, huh? I thought it might be awfully strange if Dad had been captured by the Sky Bandits. Well, it looks like our question has finally been answered. Haha. How ironic. Now wait a minute. Then, just what is Dad doing? Something this big going on, why hasn't he contacted us? Calm down, Estelle. I know you're as curious to know as I am, but thinking about it now isn't going to get us anywhere.
Our focus needs to be on securing the safety of the hostages. Okay. You're right. I guess I'll just have to forget about it for now. Listen up, everyone. We're now going to go after the Sky Bandit leaders and arrest them. I know how you all must feel. I need you to sit tight a little longer.
We'll be waiting here. Good luck.
If that's the case, we'll prepare for the worst. Our lives are in your hands. In other words, don't let us down. Leave everything to us.
This was the first time I ever ridden in an airliner. The thing is, something like this would happen. Oh, I'll finally be able to get back to home to ice.
Oh, have we been saved?
It must be dreaming or something.
Are you guys breezers? Are you going to arrest the nice guys?
Like you.
More than myself, I'd like to know our kid's been saved.
Oh, I wonder what's going on with my store right now.
Thanks for coming to our rescue, Bracers. Now I'll finally be able to return home.
Now I will finally be able to get back to my travels. Being stuck here is a real kink in my plans.
Those Sky Bandits ripped off everything I bought at the Bose Market. Make sure to get myself back, Bracers.
Man, I thought this was the end of us for sure.
There's something just not right about the look in that Sky Bandit's boss's eyes. Thank you for saving us. All the passengers are safe and sound. No one's sick or injured either.
I'm pretty sure the Sky Bandit leaders are somewhere on the lowest level of this place. Be careful, all of you.
This was a secret door. It's quite a neat little trick there. I wouldn't expect anything less from the secret vault. This looks like the corner of the Nibble Valley. Sharon, should we help the hostages escape first? No, we need to take on the Sky Bandits and boss her. We're attacked while attempting to escape. There's no way we'll be able to attack that many people. Oh, that's true. Well then, how about we get back in there and have a face-to-face chat? The gentleman running this fine operation. Another chest. The treasure chest is offended that you returned. Was this supposed to I was not good enough for you? A familiar voice can be heard. Is this? Yep, it looks like the Sky Bandit's boss room.
Wahahaha! So the Queen's going to pay out the ransom, is she? Now we can finally say goodbye to this meager living.
Don't get careless, bro. I haven't got the money in hand yet. Yeah, and we'll need to decide on how to let the hostages go.
Let the hostages go? Now hold on a minute. Why do we have to bother with that?
But
once we get the mirror, we can just kill them off and be done with it. We have no need to leave them alive.
Dawn?
You're joking, right? They know exactly what we look like, remember? Even if we left the burrow for good, we could still be tracked, right?
But there are old people and kids among them. You really intend to keep them all?
I swear, no matter how old you get, you never grow up. This isn't playtime, get it?
But I'm sorry to say this, bro, but I'm against killing hostages too. AS will never forgive us if we do that. And I don't want to get our home back with Mira staying on the blood of innocents.
Kyle, since when have you become the boss around here?
Huh?
I think it's time you learned your place. Gah!
Kyle?
Wahaha. Who cares about our old home? With this kind of mirror coming in, what could you possibly want with our old worthless sand? We're going to blow all the candles somewhere near the southern resort and enjoy the good life for a while.
What did you say?
And once we run out of mirror, we'll just hijack another airship. This is going to be the future of the Capio Sky Bandits. Wahahahahaha.
Don, what's happened to you? What an idiot's gnome has happened to you? Sorry to interrupt. Could you have your little family feud later? You again. Bracers! Why are you here? How can you say something so heartless? Especially after you gave us a lift here in your own airship.
Impossible. What are you talking about? It can't be.
You had your airship sitting in front of Van Burl Tower, right? You just slipped in while you weren't looking and hid in the cargo hole. In other words, we still arrived from abandoned. Ha! Take that. For a dimwit, you've really outdone yourself this time. Who are you calling a dimwit? You two-faced tomboy. What'd you just call me? You bimbo, airhead, brute? Just try and say that again. Alright. Enough of the bickering between you two. You liberated the hostages and defeated the other members of your group. So it looks like all that's left is you three. In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby placed under arrest. It would be best not to resist.
Man.
Cap!
Kyle? Josette? What is the meaning of this?
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Don.
Wahaha. That's okay, I'll forgive you this just once. But once I kill them, that will be that.
What?
Wahaha. What a bunch of fools you are. To think what a pitiful monster of people, that pitiful number of people, could ever capture the Don Capua.
Ah!
Look how effortlessly he handles that horrible cannon. Carl, Josette, it's time to hunt some game. And I like my sport bloody.
Yeah, I like you to be bloody. I prefer a piece of pie, personally. These guys are tough. Well, this is the strength of Bracer, huh? Crap. How can we lose to this girl? And that's how it's done. Have you learned your lesson yet? Now that this has been settled, I'm going to ask you to surrender nicely. Any more trouble out of you, and well, you know what'll happen, right? Scheherazade. Yikes, no! Anything but that! Why me? Why do I have to go down like this?
Ow, what's going on? I hurt all over. And when did I get to normal again? What the heck? Bro?
Don?
Oh, Josette, are you back from Roland already? Go back this quickly that guess things didn't work out, huh?
Eh?
Ha ha ha. Don't cry and cover it up. If you've had enough, then how about leaving some breadwinning for us men? We probably won't be able to earn the whole lot, but be patient.
Don, what are you talking about? Did you hit your head, bro? Josette came back from Roland like forever ago. I went to pick her up right after we attacked the airliner.
What? Attacked an airliner? What is all this crazy talk? We never do something like that.
What is this guy talking about? I don't think he's trying to cover his butt. I think he really doesn't know.
Come to think of it, who are these strangers? Don't tell me they're new recruits.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but no, we're not. We're with the Bracer Guild.
Huh? What are a bunch of bracers doing up here?
This guy's completely lost his marbles. Ha ha ha! What an interesting turn of events. Whether you've forgotten or not, you're still under arrest. You're charged with hijacking an airliner, hostage taking, demanding arrested, ransom, and other such offenses.
Hijacking an airliner, hostage taking, and demanding a ransom? Kyle, Josette, show me this is some kind of joke.
Don, I think that's my line. But thanks to you, bro, we got a chance to escape.
Hey,
Kyle!
we'll talk about this later. Let's just focus on getting out of here. I'm never going to get the smell of this out of my... There. Let's get out of this room.
Which way did they go? They went up. They're going to try and escape on the airliner. Ah. After dragging them this far, we can't let them get away. We gotta catch them.
Right. Understood.
I made it out. I made it out alive. Oh, what a tragedy this has become. My delicate nasal cavity. Hey, Olivier. There. Hurry, or we're going to leave you behind.
Oh, wait for me.
Let's see if there's anything else in here that I might be able to pick up. The Skyman isn't up and running here, did they, Captain Brand?
No, but I did hear
a bunch of loud voices and footsteps coming from outside. Sounds to me like they might have rushed up the stairs. So, they're going to try and escape in that airship. Right, we've got to hurry about it. Please forgive us, Captain. We'll need you to sit tight a little longer. No worries. You just be careful out there. Hold it right now.
Hold it right there, you.
You're not getting past us. You guys are back for more after taking a righteous beating like that? Now that's what I call tough. If you don't want to move, then we're just going to have to force our way through. Piece of cake. I thought they were. I almost thought they were ghosts. I want to avoid all monsters. Let's back this way. Grr. Don't think you're getting up any further.
Take the hostages and go.
They're back for more. What do you learn? What are you trying to do? Buy time for your leaders to escape? Ha! Done a lot more for us over the years. Now it's time to return the favor. Need to re-equip him. He's kind of a weak ass.
We're good to go.
Ooh. Went the wrong way. Crap! It looks like we got company!
Don't think you're going to walk out of here the same way you came in?
All we need to do is buy some time for Don Kyle and just etch and escape. Trying to shield your masters is to the bitter end, huh? Though it's a ridiculous thing today, your spirit is admirable. And I wonder if beating them into the ground might be a way to honor their sacrifice. Let's take him down.
good to go.
Now we're heading back out to confront those people. Huh? What's this? How'd the army find out about this place? That liar, things weren't supposed to go down like this. Hey, get your dirty mitts off of me.
Hey, what's going on here?
So those are the ringleaders of the Sky Bandits? I'm surprised. They're such a young woman, too.
How about you shut your yap and start taking some good pictures? What are the chances of getting another scoop like this?
So how about it now? Is this enough to help you write a decent article?
You bet it is. I'm really grateful that you took us along. Oh, and would you mind if we took a picture of you while we're at it?
What do you think, General Morgan?
Do as you like. This plan was successful thanks to your genius. In all honesty, this is truly something to boast about.
No, this was just the result of the accuracy of the Intelligence Division's analysis. And thanks to the cooperation of you standing over there.
What?
What do you guys, how the heck? What's going on exactly?
It's you kids again.
Yay! Look, it's Estelle and Joshua.
Racers, why are you here?
Just for the record, I'll tell you, we infiltrated this state. Place one step ahead of you. Again. And the entire hideout has been subdued. Trace of fleeing Sky Bandit lead us up this way. I never would have guessed that the Royal Army's patrol ships would be waiting.
Grr. Once again, you've overstepped your bounds.
With all due respect, it's because of them that our military strike saw this level of success. Therefore, should we in turn recognize their achievements?
Do as you wish. I'll leave the rest up to your discretion. I'll return to the ship and see what information I get out of these Sky Bandits.
Very well, General. That old man's as stubborn as ever. He's not a bad person, he just lacks a little bit of flexibility. That aside, where are the other Sky Bandits and hostages? Yeah, lackey should be lying all over the place unconscious. As for the hostages, we have them waiting in the same room they were imprisoned in. I see. You have done this nation a great service. Please leave the transportation of the hostages and cargo to us. Let's move. Captain Amalthea.
Yes, Colonel.
Wait for me, Colonel. I really like to interview you kids, but this time the Colonel is my top priority. But if we have another opportunity, I appreciate doing one with you too. See you later, Estelle and Joshua. My. Had your whole shining moment uprooted and stolen, just like that. You got that right. Don't let it bother you, Estelle. The Bracer's role has always been that of the unsung hero. There's no real reason for us to stand out. Sounds about right, yeah? Dad always made a point of staying in the background, too. Really? Never noticed. Where is Dad? I guess that's one problem we still got to figure out. Where's Dad now? What is he doing? And why hasn't he tried to contact us? Looks like there's nothing else left for us to do here. In the meantime, let's go back to Bose and report what happened with the incident. Try and figure out what to do about your dad after that. I really appreciate all your hard work. It appears that my impression about you is right. I knew that you would come through and bring closure to this incident. Yeah, but the Army took off with all the glory. So I don't know if we could exactly say that we solved the case. Nah, that's not true. If you hadn't been there, I don't know if the Army's raid would have been so successful. Baked into a corner as they were, the Sky Bandits may very well have harmed the hostages. Agreed. Everything worked out because you infiltrated their hideout and took them out ahead of time. Should be proud of what you've done. You really think so? It's true that the hostages were freed and the Sky Bandits arrested. It's a bit vexing to know that there are still some unanswered questions left. The men who appeared at the Valeria Lakeshore and the mystifying attitude of the leader of the Sky Bandits. I think we should consider that there's a lot more behind this incident that we don't know about. Well, I guess you'll have to leave that part up to the Royal Army to figure out, with all your culprits being detained by them. There's really not much left we can do. Anyway, we should just be glad that all the hostages came back safe. Thanks to the news about the arrest of the Sky Bandits, things are returning to normal here in town. As a token of my thanks, I have added a bit of bonus to your reward. Really? You okay with that? Haha, of course I am. I'd like to thank you too, Olivier. Ha, I just thought that my work was worth the price of that Grun Chardonnay. Yes. In fact, there was change to spare. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and if anything else comes up, I'd greatly appreciate your help again. Good day. Wow. Nice that someone appreciates us. I'm sure that if the incident had gone on any longer, it would have caused much more confusion. It's probably only natural that the mayor's as happy as she is. Now I'm starting to feel all giddy inside. I don't think a person could be any more happy than knowing her work helped out a bunch of other people. You say so. I think it's safe to say that you're no longer greenhorns. Honestly, the two of you really surprised me this time. Gee, you think so? At any rate, please accept your assessment and pay for clearing up the incident. Cool. Here's the pay the mayor was talking about. It's very, very, very nice sum. And this is for me. Is this a recommendation from the Bose Band? Is it alright to give this to us so soon? Of course, it would be downright rude of me not to recommend you after resolving such a big incident. Please accept it. Thank you, Lugram. We'll work hard so that we don't bring any embarrassment on this recommendation. Haha, great work, you two. I'm sure your father would be extremely pleased if he heard the news. Sure. You're probably right. I wonder what on earth Cassius could be doing right now. Not contacting the guild is one thing, but not contacting his family is a completely different matter. Yeah, it's definitely not like him. After he suddenly disembarked from the airliner with bows, I wonder where he could have gone. Excuse me, please. Aren't you that receptionist from the landing point? What's the matter? You see, we recovered some of the cargo stolen by the bandits. And among the pieces is a number of parcels addressed to the Bracer Guild. So I'm here to deliver one of them today. I appreciate you doing that. But wait a minute. Why is there something addressed to this branch? The airliner left bows to begin with. It's actually addressed to the Roland branch. But aren't Cassius Sprite's family members here? Oh, that's us, but... Oh, perfect. We contacted the Roland branch and they said you had come here. Here you are. This is a parcel. Stella was given both the letter and the parcel. This letter, yep, it's in Dad's handwriting. It's addressed to Joshua and I at the Roland branch. Seems as if he scribbled it out just before he got to the airliner. I guess Dad did intend on getting in contact with us after all. Ow. Well, that's good to hear. So the parcel's from your dad, too? No. This one looks like it's sent to my dad. By someone else. Huh? That's odd. Yeah. The sender hasn't written their name anywhere. Okay, my business here's done, so I'll be on my way. Oh, and one other thing. Good job in helping arrest those sky bandits. You Bracers sure do excellent work. And to think that a crew about your father would be mired in the airliner's cargo. Feel free to use the lounge upstairs to read this letter if you like. Thanks, Lugren. Haha, well, let's have a look at the content, shall we? Do you mind telling me what you're still doing here? It's plain and simple curiosity, that's all. Why did your father disembark the airliner prior to its departure? Were I forced to wait around for an answer, the question would stick into my mind, so I'd never be able to sleep at night. And you're telling me this because... Oh, how heartless and cruel can you be to a companion who's traveled alongside you? And just who is it that you have to thank for being able to infiltrate the Sky Bandits' hideout, I wonder? Alright. You can be a rather obnoxious fellow, I hope you know. I hope we don't have much of a choice. However, depending on the content, we may have to ask you to leave, okay? Ha! Of course, I understand. Alright, let's see what he has to say. That seems like the type of letter your father would write. It touches lightly on things, but it's full of consideration toward the both of you. Yeah, looks that way. The Queen's birthday celebration, is it? From what I've heard, that's still a ways off. Yep, it's about 2 or 3 months away. Which means that this would be the perfect time to take a small trip. I really wonder where your father is and what he's up to. Forget about that, and let's focus on what's in that package. With an unknown sender, there's bound to be something interesting inside. To be honest, I'm pretty curious myself. We shouldn't be opening things addressed to my dad. Why don't you think of it this way? It was a package delivered by an unknown sender about the time your father disappeared. The two might be related, you know. That's true. Olivier, don't coax Estelle into being something to satisfy your own curiosity. Actually, though, Olivier does have a good point. Instead of leaving it until our dad comes home, might be worth looking into. Okay, let's check it out. Inside was a shiny black hemispherical device. What's this supposed to be? It's orbment. Although I'm not sure what it's used for. Let's see what the memo says. I was able to secure the item the aforesaid group was carrying, so please take care of it. Please ask Professor R to do an analysis of it. We have an opportunity. Okay. That's it. Yep, it looks like this sender didn't write anything else. Shara, do you have any idea who K or Professor R might be? I hate to say this, but I don't have a clue for either. Your father's pretty well known, so there's a possibility that its people could be foreigners too. This is the only thing we got to go on, then. Honestly, I'm about ready to throw in the towel. What in the heck is this black orbment anyway? From the shape alone, it doesn't look like anything intended for general use. Although it feels a bit similar to a battle ornament. Even so, it's still quite different. A normal battle ornament has slots in which to install quartz, but this one has none. Maybe this one is an artifact. An artifact? Precisely, an artifact is an ornament created by the ancient civilization. Artifacts are the models for all ornaments produced today. They're still occasionally discovered in ruins, and for the most part, Suppian Church has custody over them. They're a type of antique, so to speak. This one doesn't appear to be that old. Looks to me like it was made recently. You're right about that. However, this one almost seems like a black market item. Jeez, now look at what happens because of my good-for-nothing dad. Doesn't he know that we're all worried about him? Still, now he's getting some sketchy item from an unknown sender. What in the world has my dad gotten himself into this time? Estelle. You know, Estelle, I've been thinking. How about we continue our journey? Huh? Joshua? So Dad wrote in his letter, right? He said, we're free to pursue qualifying as a senior bracer. Yeah, he did say that, but we've already managed to get recommended from Roland and Bose, right? All that's left is Ruan, Zeiss, and Groundsel. Only those three. We do jobs as we travel around to these other regions. We might just hear something about where Dad is or what he's doing. I think we're just worrying ourselves for nothing, considering Dad's skills. There's also the possibility that he may even travel abroad. But I think getting off on our own dust is a lot easier than sitting around and waiting. We just might be able to find this Professor R, too. Joshua? What? You're a genius! Stell, what are you talking about? This is like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, or maybe even 10. Sometimes I hate you for being so smart. So I should consider that a yes? Oh, is it ever a yes? Yes, yes, triple yes! Training to the senior braces as we travel around Liberal? Exposing what that no-good middle-aged man has been doing in the process? I think you're somehow missing the point. Haha, looks like she's back to her old self. Haha, I guess it's settled then. Well, take care. I'm gonna head back to Roland now. That said, I'm still a little worried about you two. Are you sure you don't want me to come along? Give it a rest, Shara. We'll be fine. The whole reason why we're going on this trip is to become senior racers. We wouldn't be training anymore if you came with us. And if you didn't go back, the Roland branch would have a hard time managing things. Don't worry about us. We'll figure out a way to get things done. Well, if you insist. It's pretty rare for someone your age to be aiming for senior racer status, so don't overdo it. If you run into any trouble, contact the Roland building. You got it? I'll come running no matter where you are. Sure. Thanks, Shara. Same goes for you, too. Don't get yourself too liquored up. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Ha ha ha. Alright, I'll watch the number of drinks. Ha. Never fear, dear children. You can count on me to protect fair Shara. And why are you headed to Roland? Not to mention with Shara. That's because I've tasted all there is to taste in the local dishes here in Roland. And I thought it about time I turned my attentions towards another region. As for Roland's cuisine, I heard the produce is just to die for. So that's what I'm looking forward to next. And that's pretty much it. He says he wants me to introduce him to a nice restaurant and some lovely vegetables. Or so some such nonsense. Since he's so persistent, I only agreed to him coming along under one condition. They go drinking with me at the bar. We'll never see him alive again. Olivia, I hope you understand what you promised her. Ha! I could die for the likes of fine women and food. Part of me longs to be by your sides as you continue your journey, Joshua. And after many agonizing hours of consideration, I've decided to accompany fair Scheherazade instead. Think I'm better off with you a safe distance away from me. Well, have fun. But I'm warning you. Don't you dare make any trouble in Roland, you hear me? Here's another piece of advice. When Shara's at the bar, watch out. That's when the gloves come off. I'm seriously not joking about it. I say you should leave. You should beware. How dare you speak about your men like that, Estelle? And besides, Anna's coming along too. Yeah, and she's even worse than you. The gloves come off, huh? Is that perchance what you and Estelle were talking about before? Yes, Estelle said a pesto. It was nice knowing you. Yes, it was a pleasure. Yeah? The Roland-bound airliner will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now. Well, Ollie boy. Looks like it's time for us to leave. Come on now, we better hurry and get on. Cheryl, wait. Can't we talk this over? I'd really appreciate it if I had just a bit more time to think things through. Surely you're not getting cold feet already. If you consider yourself a man, then quite acting like an innie. Eek! See you later, Shara. Give her regards to everyone in Roland. Have a wonderful trip, you two. Going to save. I was about to just describe an incident that occurred in northern Liberl. And to think that the bankrupt Capua family drifted all the way down here. You might be contacted by Liberl regarding the incident, so deal with it as you see fit. Yeah, turns out I wasn't able to meet him in the end. Seems like something else must have come up. Also, the connection with the Sky Bandit incident is still unknown, but it's clear that another power is at work here. No, it's not like that at all. I've also become acquainted with an interesting bunch. The food's great, and there are babes everywhere. This is unquestionably my type of country. Maybe I'll just take up permanent residence here while I'm at it. Alright. There's no need to throw fits. Anyway, see what else you can find out. Just don't get caught looking into things by the Chancellor. I'll contact you again, my dear friend. Haha. I love messing with that guy. He's just so stuffy and uptight that I can't help myself. A portable phone, huh? Well, aren't you carrying around quite the nifty gadget? Shira! And the fact that you're carrying around an ornament that even the Xi Central Connector can create, well, how about you tell me who you really are? Come on, Shara, don't treat me like I'm some kind of stranger. I'm Olivier Leinheim, the wandering bard and gifted musician you've come to adore. And if you'd like to get to know me better, I'm sure we could arrange something, a little pillow talk perhaps. How about we skip the foreplay and go straight to the climax? Your cheap antics don't follow me, Olivier. Or should I call you Mr. Erebonia Operative? Hey. Looks like the title Silver Streak isn't just for show. So I guess you were pretending that you didn't notice in front of Estelle and Joshua. I don't want to worry about those two any more than they already are. So back to the subject at hand. Why don't you start talking? Who are you, and what are you doing in the burrow? Before that, I'm going to have to correct you on 2 points. First off, these cheap antics, as you call them, are totally natural. I'm not placating or anything. That's just who I am. Oh, I'm sure. So do you mean to tell you that you drank that wine without paying just because you felt like it? None of that being taken to the Hacken Gate so you could gather information was all a part of the plan? You even set yourself to run into us? I don't think so. Yeah. I'll leave that part up to your imagination. The other thing I must correct you on is that this device is not an augment. It is an artifact which was unearthed in the Empire. It can piggyback off of any audible communication system, and transmission can be encrypted. There's no worry about them being intercepted. It comes in handy for a busy man such as myself. An artifact? Like one of the sacred relics the Septian Church's stewardship over? Now I'm all the more curious to know what you're after. No, Shira. You should never try and pry into the secrets of a mysterious beauty all at once. How would you like to get to know a real woman? I'd be more than willing to show you with my whip. Sarah, I don't see any humor in those eyes. Well, jokes aside. You really should have been just straightforward from the beginning. As you've already figured out, my position is like that of an operative in the Empire. But I have no intention of sabotaging anything or stealing classified information. I merely came here to meet a certain someone. A certain someone? Yes, someone you know all too well. The one lauded as the supreme swordsman and master strategist by the Royal Army. The bracer with a special title belonging to but 4 people throughout the whole of the entire county. The The divine blade, Cassius Bright, is what I seek. Let's see, if we're going to travel around the entire kingdom, our next destination is the Ruan region. I wonder what route we should take to get there. About that? So you're really not planning on using an airliner? It's going to take quite the detour if we head there on foot. You remember what Shira said, right? You need to walk and actually see the places we protect first. What was it Dad who said that? Well, I guess since we have some time on our hands, it wouldn't be a bad thing to head there on foot. We'd save the money it would cost to use an airliner. Great idea! We can use the money we save to go shopping at the Buzz Market. After that, we didn't have the time to... After all, we didn't have time to spend shopping around leisurely during the whole Sky Bandit mess. And then we could leave after that, so what do you think? I don't care either way, but try not to waste too much money. Just so you know, in order to enter the Ruan region, we need to go through the Crone Pass to the west. Once you're done shopping, let's head through the west gate. Okay, to the west gate, right? Well, as is per usual, the reason why I went long today was because I got into the middle of a long status. And it's time to read Carnelia Chapter 4, because we received it in this episode. Sister Carnelia spoke to me in a tender tone as she sent a wave of immense pain rushing through the whole of my eye. I won't have any trouble with you now, will I, Toby? She asked. Far from eyes just brimming with tears, I nodded my head in consent as the salty streams of water ran down my face. Satisfied with my answer, she loosened her grip, and I felt the pain vanish as if it had been some sort of illusion. The wry smile she for that. Don't get me wrong, Toby. I didn't send here to protect you, but the goddess herself. This is what she said while instructing me to keep my eyes focused on what lay beyond the window of glass. Yet there was something about the way she pronounced the last syllable of my name that really rubbed me the wrong way. Little by little, the line of passengers slowly began to flow out of the train car. Prodded on by Sister Carnelia, I inched forward, while keeping my gaze on the platform through the passenger car window. Down the stairs, fled to the front ticket gate where the figures of those men from earlier this morning, the three thug-like passengers who had been loitering near the large horse-head emblem tile at the Imperial Station. A muffled laugh echoed from her throat as she too noticed them. Well, isn't this a warm reception party you've got going on? Cocking my head, I inquired of you. Give me back my ornament. Sister Carnelia said nothing. Members of the crew bid us farewell as we stepped through this exit to disembark the train onto the lead-colored platform below. Angrily, I thought to myself, damn it! What's wrong with these fools? Can't they see what's going on? I shut my eyes halfway to protect them from the drizzle whipping against my face, and I unhurriedly ascended the west set of stairs, a half pace at a time. Sister Carnelia moved along behind me at precisely the same length of stride. Below, the groups of thugs waited expectantly at the bottom of the stair. Waited for me, no doubt. Contemplating the rate at which I was going, I ultimately believed it was only a matter of time before I would be handed over to the enigmatic group. I caught thought of their soured faces as the distance between us grew smaller, and I felt the heat of my left hand slightly gripping my bag grow in intensity until my fall began to sweat profusely. Hitting the midway point of the stairs, Sister Carnelia suddenly whispered in my ear, Keep your eyes on the ground, Toby. I did as I was told, and cast my gaze down upon the tips of my boots, stained to a darker shade by the rainwater. Then, right at the moment I let out my breath, I felt a deep sense of pressure just below my shoulder blades, as I was forcefully shoved forward. Droplets flew from my saturated fingers, and my world turned upside down, as I tumbled down the stairs and slammed back first into the group of foodlums. The muffled crunch, I felt the painful sensation of my ribs crumple under the weight of my body, and then returned to normal from their severely compressed state. To the seemingly military men who were hit as I toppled down the stairs, like an avalanche unleashed on a pair of young saplings, absorbed the transfer force and were thrown into a large puddle collecting on the ground nearby. Shrieks erupted from startled passengers nearby, more shrill than the high-pitched sound of the railway brakes from the decelerating locomotive. As my world spun around me, wildly around me, I lay there, the chill of the tiles sleeping into my back. With a concerted effort, I rolled my eyes into the left, where my arm remained in an outstretched state. By the same act of the goddess, I had managed to keep my tight five-finger grip on the bag I had been carrying. In an effort to get up, I slid into a prostrate position, keeping my chin in contact with the ground, making a low visual sweep of the vicinity as my life depended on it. I noticed the military-like physiques of the man had vanished from view. The only figure I saw above me now on the platform was that of Sister Cornelia, and on her shoulder, as if she was merely having a second ring, was one of the men. Turning the direction where the train sat in its motionless state, she allowed the unfortunate man down to a set of empty rail tracks below. By the time I had I had risen to one knee while keeping the other planted firmly in the ground, half-standing position. The world in front of me was still swaying, undulating in my wavering eyesight. My head slowly rocked back and forth with it as a double vision of Sister Cornelia's boots approached me. Then, with a strong grip, she tugged on my head. For some reason or another, when she did this, I failed to notice the unpleasant feeling that her hand wrapped tightly around mine brought. "Let's go, Toby," she instructed in an authoritative voice. Nearly dragging me, she pulled me to my feet, and before long we were hightailing it out of there. The onlookers made quite a commotion as they moved hastily out of the way, in a determined attempt not to get caught up in the middle of our flight path. The bag to my left hand swung helplessly, lying against my thigh. After clearing the ticket gate, Sister Cornelia finally let go of my hand, but a sickening, slippery sensation came with it. Looking over her, I realized that the stomach-churning, slimy feeling on my hand has come from the bright red blood which stained both of hers. I peered back over my shoulder in the direction of the platform as I continued to run, but the figures of those three men who had been waiting for me at the platform at the station were nowhere to be found. And with that, we shall say, and we shall quit. Good day, everyone. Hope you had a fun time.